this game is for sure going to be played on Sunday because the Ravens do have an outbreak of COVID-19 going on. Last night we heard of Lamar Jackson testing positive. They do need 10 days of quarantine. So if this game is played Sunday, we will not see Lamar Jackson at quarterback. It'll likely be Robert Griffin III. Let's keep that in mind. And they also have a lot of players out. The running backs are out, a slew of players. So, Jordan, who do you like? Ravens and Steelers.
You're kidding, right? I like the Steelers to remain perfect in this one. Even if Lamar Jackson was playing, I would still with confidence pick the Steelers here. They are lacking an offensive identity there. Greg Roman is looking for answers in any way to generate some life there. Lamar Jackson has regressed, but it's not his fault they have regressed. And now he's not even playing. So the quarterback position is in the air with RG3. It's an offense that is already stagnant. I see a lot of takeaways in the Steelers' future in this one. The Steelers are the most complete team in football. The one thing I like to see from the Steelers in this game, them running the football with a little bit more
they need
ease.
to get the run
Them
game
getting
going.
the run game going is the missing piece to a team that I absolutely love. I got the Steelers. I got them to cover. I've got them big. It's off the board right now for obvious.
Okay, Lamar Jackson isn't even the issue for me because I actually think Robert Griffin III is a very capable quarterback. I've always liked Robert Griffin III, and you know that. Here's the bigger problem.
You got to think back a long way to when you liked RG3.
I know, it's true.
It's been a while.
Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins, and Lamar Jackson, who are all out as of now with COVID-19 issues, have combined to rush for over 1,100 yards this season. That is 74% of the Ravens' offensive total. There right now is the problem. You don't have those three guys. You don't have 74% of your offense. Yeah, that's not going to go well at all against a very good Steelers defense. A Steelers defense that likes to pressure the quarterback and just play well in terms of everything. They can play from the outside. They can stop the run. And then again, they pressure the quarterback. The Steelers, of course, beat the Ravens by 4 points in Week 8. They overcame a 10-point deficit. Give me the Steelers all day long. Okay, let's move on. Second down.
Second down, Chiefs at Buccaneers.
Chiefs at Bucks. Okay, so we're going to take our picks here. Jordan's going to pick his with the line. I'm going to pick mine just straight up. So Chiefs at Bucks. Now, if this was home, I would instantly say give me the Chiefs all day. I wouldn't even consider it. But this is on the road.
They're still favored.
And this is
Chiefs are still favored.
As they should be. This is in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay does have some fans, so I will throw that out there. I still think the Chiefs are going to win. I still think the Chiefs are going to win handily, just considering how bad this Tampa Bay defense has looked. And they're not atrocious in terms of where they rank in defensive total amongst the league. Their third down defense against the Rams was atrocious. And that's an issue when you have Patrick Mahomes who can turn water into wine in an instant. Give me the Chiefs against the Bucks.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is the LeBron James. No matter what happens in the season and how the stats go for anybody, he's the MVP every time because when he has a football, you know great things are going to happen. Look, everybody was high on the Bucks and they've been knocked back a few pegs with how they showed against the Rams, and that's going to impact my pick in this one. The Bucks home dogs here, they're getting 3.5 points. And I look at I love the Chiefs to cover in this one. Now, granted, if you're a Bucs fan, you should be very happy this is not a primetime game for the Bucs because we know how they've looked 1-3 in those games, and they've looked awful. What it comes down to me is this is a Bucs team that has an incredibly high ceiling. There's a lot of push and pull going on between coach and star player in Tom Brady and Bruce Arians as to what that offense is going to look like.
Yep.
There's no questions with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes as to how that offense is going to look.
Good point.
If this does become a shootout, my faith obviously leans heavily with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs make some plays defensively, get some key turnovers in this one, and I think they run away with this game. I think this is a flex game for the Chiefs. They were able to pull it off versus the Raiders last week. Didn't cover, by the way, those Chiefs versus the Raiders. But this is a game where they come out, put it together defensively, and really flex their offensive muscle. And as much as the Bucs try to keep up in a shootout, I see the Chiefs running away with this one in the fourth quarter.
Okay, so Chiefs by a landslide. I think the Chiefs too. I don't know by a landslide. I don't think we've seen that real statement game from the Chiefs this year. You think it's going to be this game? I'm not so sure yet. Also,
Bucs defense, those linebackers that I love, Levante David and Devin White. I just need to see more from them. And I don't think this is the game where you're going to see it. Not with all that speed, not with all those options, not with a big tight end playmaker like Travis Kelce. I just don't see it.
Okay, so you've got Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady going up against each other. There's an 18-year, 49-day age difference between these two quarterbacks. That's the largest age difference between two QBs in a regular season game by two quarterbacks who have already won a Super Bowl.
And Mahomes thrives on these types of matchups, Shay. When he gets the opportunity to go against the elite quarterbacks, he shines. Tom Brady had won 2 of the last 3 because he's had the better team. That is not the case in this one.
No, not
Mahomes
the case
is going to have a big game. So is his Chiefs.
Okay, let's go third down.
Third down. Titans at Colts.
I love this game because this is a battle of Shay versus Jay. Shay versus Jordan. I love the Titans. You love the Colts. We've been talking about these two teams since the beginning of the season, and now we get to see them go head-to-head. Give me the Titans all day long. I love what Derrick Henry does. I love that they commit to the run. They stick to the run. If you have to go to Ryan Tannehill, he is accurate enough to complete passes. I know the Titans defense isn't as dynamic as the Colts defense is. As the Colts defense, I think, is still number one in total defense in the National Football League. But they can stop you now, and they can turn you over. And if you can turn over Phillip Rivers, the Colts are going to have a bad day against the Tennessee Titans. Give me the Titans.
Yeah, this one's home for the Colts. Colts are favored by 3 in this one. The takeaways, that's what gives me such pause in this pick. Phillip Rivers has been good with the football, and that's been key for this team as they've started to kind of charge up now they're the class of that AFC South. But you're right, it's the Titans team that is bend but don't break, and they always seem to save face by getting that critical turnover in this game. Phillip Rivers takes care of the football in this one. I've been riding with the Colts all season long. Coming into it, I said, I believe that this is one of the best teams in the AFC. Right now, they are one of the best teams of the AFC. I think they're going to put it together defensively. I think they're going to show. I'm always curious what Derrick Henry can do in a game like this. Versus the Colts, he typically does well, averaging about 5 yards per rush. I think this defense is going to be up for the task. I don't see Derrick Henry having a big game. I see those Colts defense stepping up. I see the Colts run game getting going. And I see an opportunistic Phillip Rivers making the necessary plays when the time presents itself, and he values the football. I like the Colts by a touchdown.
So what do you consider a good game by Derrick Henry? Rushing for 200 yards and like the game-winning touchdown in the overtime like he did last week? Or just having an okay game where he rushes for under 100 yards but makes an impact like he did against the Chicago Bears? Like, I think that he can still make an impact and not have an explosive game and score a game-winning touchdown. And that's what makes the Titans the better team to me.
But you got to get to the red zone for Derrick Henry to do the thing that you're talking about. Low, maybe yardage, but scoring on key plays. I don't think they're going to move the chains like that against this Colts defense. I'm a big believer in the Colts defense. I think they control the clock in this. I think the Colts control the clock in this one with how they run the football, and I think that defense is going to be rested and make some big-time plays on the other side.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree. The Colts have won 4 of their last 5 meetings against the Titans, including that 34-17 victory in Week 10, and I think the Titans remember that, and I think they control the clock with their run game, and things are flipped on its head. Let's go 4th down.
4th down, Bears at Packers.
Not going to punt on this one, folks. We're sticking with it because I'm a Chicago girl, but I can't take the Bears. I just can't do it. Bears at Packers at Lambeau. I mean, I have not seen many victories by the Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers in my lifetime. In my lifetime, okay? It used to be a joke about Jay Cutler when I was younger, not a kid, but younger, to say, Jay Cutler is the best quarterback the Packers ever had because he always throws us the football. I mean, the Packers just have always had the Bears number, and it pains me to pick the Cheeseheads, but I got to do it.
Wow.
The Packers are going to beat the Bears.
We're on the airwaves in Chicago.
I know. Even if Mitch Trubisky starts, I just don't believe at all in that run game. I don't believe in the quarterback play. I don't believe they can establish a rhythm. Their offensive line has been shuffled and beat up a little bit. There's just no offensive firepower. The defense can do some things now, but they still have Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is able to overcome a really good Chicago Bears defense.
See, you're wise. Your family, heavily Chicago, but you've got your father's side in Wisconsin. You know we're also on the airwaves in Green Bay. You'll be welcomed with open arms there in the land of cheese. So that's a smart pick. Look, Mitch Trubisky, I do think, is going to show a little bit more life than Nick Foles has. But it's not going to be enough. And I think the Packers defense is going to have their eyes wide open for the opportunity here for a questionable defense to look a little bit better than it actually is. And as much as I love the Chicago Bears defense, it's overextended. It's going to be stretched thin because it's going to be on the field a lot. And you don't want to be on the field a lot against Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers this year, more so than ever, it feels like, really takes care of business against lesser teams. 7-1 versus teams that are 500 or below this season is Aaron Rodgers.